Hi, my name is Shonda Miles. I just want to talk to you about what to do when you're tired. And so typically on every single day, I have a lot of stuff that I have to do. And so I have been getting up at 1 a.m. and I've been having to go all day long. I'm in bed by 8 p.m. But I get up at 1 a.m. and there's a lot of things to do. And then, of course, by 7, I'm exhausted. And maybe even before then, some days at 5 o'clock, I'm exhausted. But if you're just thinking about, okay, what can I do when I'm exhausted, when I'm tired? There's still, so what I tell myself is, okay, you got to do 3 things towards your goal before you can crash, before you can relax, before you can watch TV. 3 things. And if I really push myself, I can do 5 things that I need to do to help myself move forward towards my goal. And so if you're not paying attention, you'll be tired every single day for weeks. And so you have to push yourself forward. You have to keep pushing yourself. You got to just say, maybe you just say, I'm going to do this one small thing. I'm going to write 100 words and then I'm going to go and relax. I'm going to write these 100 words and I'm going to go take a nap. Whatever it is, you might take a 10-minute power nap and that might help you. But just think about what you can do. What small actions can you take to move forward towards your goal? Don't just not work on your goal. Even when you're exhausted, try to get 3 small things. And if you have to just get one small thing every single day that you're exhausted, just try to do one small thing towards your goal. And the easiest way to combat this is to work on your goal the first thing in the morning. Make it your first thing that you do. After if you got a routine, if you pray and you read your word, devotional, but then make it the next thing that you do that's, the most important thing that you have to do for the day towards your goal. Do that first thing in the morning so you don't have to worry about doing it when you're tired. But if you still got to do things in the evening when you're tired towards your goal, just try to do one thing. If you can't, if you can do 3 things, do 3 things. If it's one thing, just do one thing. If you got to break it up into smaller parts, then just do that. If you got to take a power nap, do that. But make sure every single day you're working on your goals so you can make progress. And so what happens is sometimes we are exhausted and we'll let one day go and then 2 days, and it's easy to let 5 days. And then we look around, it's been 5 months and we haven't done anything towards our goal. We got an excuse every single day. But find a way to do one thing. If you can do 3 things, do 3 things towards your goal every single day. But don't let a day go by that you don't do at least one thing towards your goal, even if you're exhausted. If you got to just break it into smaller pieces, just do it. And beforehand, if you can do it beforehand, break it in smaller pieces, so when you get ready to do it, it's not exhausting. And also, I find if I have everything ready together already, that I'm going to work on, then I don't have to try to get things together. I don't have to be running around trying to find a pen and paper and all that. I've got all my stuff together so that I could just immediately start working. And then I can just work on that one thing or those 3 things that I got to do towards my goal, even if I'm exhausted. And then you got to make a commitment. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're focused, you got to meet this deadline to meet your goal. If it's a milestone, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're doing it every single day regardless. And you just got to stay focused on that. If you're committed to your goal, you just got to do it, even if you're exhausted. And if you just do one thing today, tomorrow you got to try to do a few extra things, or over each day you do one extra thing to catch up on a day when you're exhausted. But when you're exhausted, that is no excuse. When you're tired, there's no excuse to not work on your goals. You have got to work on your goals every single day. You just got to push yourself and push yourself. And like I said, if you just do one thing, you will make progress. Over time it's going to really add up. But like I said, if you can do more, but make a commitment every single day, if you're exhausted or not, that you're going to do at least one thing towards your goal, and the more the better. And sometimes when you just do that one thing, you say, okay, this is for me. I can do one more thing. Then I'll do 2 things. And after I do those 2 things, and I'm like, I could probably do one more thing. And that's how I came with the 3 things, because I know if I sit down and start working on my goal, then I can almost, even if I'm exhausted, I can get 3 things done towards my goal every single day, no matter what. And I can get more done, of course, if I'm not exhausted. But if I'm exhausted, I still push myself to try to do 3 things every single day towards my goal, because I want to make progress. I want to build the momentum. I want things to go, as planned. I want things to be on schedule. I want to meet my goal on my timeline. And so just think about that. When you're exhausted, can you do one thing towards your goal? Just one thing. If it's busy, it's hectic, can you still do just one thing towards your goal? And if you find that you can't, 1 or 2 days, you got to start seeing, okay, can I do this first thing in the morning? And then if I can I do a little bit during my lunch break? If I have these little pockets of time where I'm sitting and I'm waiting on somebody, can I work on, one thing towards my goal or two things towards my goal? But don't let a day go by that you don't work on your goal. And even if you do just one thing, just try to pick up more when you're when you're fine, when you're not tired, when it's not as hectic. Try to do, a little bit more to make up for the days where you just do one thing. But just every single day, try to do at least one thing towards your goal.